You know, it seems that mankind was created with an insatiable appetite. We are built with that emptiness that longs, that seeks out and pursues the good. I have a book sitting on my prayer table. It's titled Fulfillment of All Desire. It's by Ralph Martin. You and I are called to be in pursuit of goodness. But it seems as if the COVID-19 pandemic has thrown a roadblock square in our face. The very path of the goodness that we pursue. We turn to the news and we hear that millions are applying for unemployment. They're without jobs. They've lost some of that security that they seem to enjoy. The stimulus money that came out was that promise. And yet, already that's in serious short supply. Healthcare facilities are scrambling to address real or anticipated impacts. Lives have been lost, many lives, and more will be. Non-essential sacraments have been suspended. And with so many people praying, we face the question, why has God not put an end to this pandemic? Trial, tribulation, and pandemic have afflicted God's people down through the ages. I don't believe today's crisis is any different. And I stand here to assure you that God is in the midst of this tribulation as well. But it does give us an opportunity to reflect, to question, maybe to even reassess. We celebrate Divine Mercy Sunday today. And today's readings help us to focus on the very real fact that our God has been with us and that He remains with us. I turn to that second reading and I extract from it some of the promise and some of the assurance that is ours. Begins, blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who in His great mercy gave us a new birth to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That very celebration, that octave of Easter that we've been celebrating all week, that promise of an inheritance that is imperishable, undefiled, unfading, kept in heaven for you and for me. We continue. In this you rejoice, although for now, a little while, you may have to suffer through various trials. Why? So that the genuineness of your faith, more precious than gold, even though tested by fire, may prove to be for the praise and glory and honor of Jesus Christ. In our first reading, we heard how that Christian community, the first Christian community, was choosing to consciously, intentionally live out the reality of that hope and that promise in the midst of trial and tribulation. Remember, Peter, the one chosen by Christ, has been thrown in prison for proclaiming the good news, the risen Lord. And yet, we hear in that first reading, that unfolding, all who believed were together. They held all things in common. They would sell their property or possessions, dividing them among all according to each one's need. They were looking out. They were assisting. They were assuring. They were walking and serving one another. Every day they devoted themselves to meeting, to breaking bread in their homes, and they ate those meals with exultation and sincerity of heart, praising God. Again, in the midst of trial and tribulation. This day, you and I are called to look beyond the moment, to see the big picture, to the hope that springs eternal. Last night I watched an episode from Bishop Fulton Sheen. It came out 4 years after I was born. In that episode, Bishop Sheen was asking people if they could recognize the difference between a normal, healthy person and an abnormal, psychotic person. One who was questioning their very being. To his point, a normal, healthy person was able to focus their energy, their talent, and their ability, regardless of where they found themselves or the situation surrounding them, on well-defined goals, on pursuit of the good. But that good had to be understood, and it had to focus on the big picture. More specifically on 3 ideals: life, the pursuit of truth, and love. Life, yes, not as we're experiencing right now, but life beyond the grave, eternal life. Truth. Yes, not your truth or my truth. Perhaps that relativistic truth, but on absolute truth. And number 3, love. And then he went on to remind us those 3 words describe the God who loves us, who is with us, who intends to be with us for all of eternity. Divine Mercy Sunday, today, provides us with an opportunity to reflect on the reality that our God is with us. He loves us, and he will see us through the challenges of this pandemic, just as he has seen our forefathers and foremothers through their trials and their tribulations down through the centuries. My invitation this day for each of you is to reflect on the gift of life that has been given to us, and the absolute truth that there is a God who loves us, and that he desires to be with us eternally. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.